His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country, so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
I see in the next few months a nicer country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism by those who are coming at the hem of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not prophets of doom, but the reality will come. I see in the next few months a nicer country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism by those who are coming at the hem of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not prophets of doom, but the reality will come.
I want to use this meeting, Mr. President, to formally or informally petition you on behalf of the people of Lofa County. That's what the Constitution provides. The 300,000+ people cannot speak for themselves. They must pass it through us. That's why they elected us. We have built serious consultations along with our chiefs and elders for penal. That we have nothing in Lofa County, Mr. Our only measure, one of the young kids said, these souls that we have in this county, it's time for it to be neutralized for the benefit of our people. If Gavin Wologisi will cost us to get this road all the way to Medicoma, gave out Wologisi. If Gavin Wologisi will give us the biggest referral hospital, please give Wologisi. Mr. President, if Gavin Wologisi will give us the biggest tertiary education for our children, give Wologisi. Mr. President, if Gavin Wologisi will provide job opportunities for the young folks, Mr. President, you have 100% our support. This is the caucus member.
The judge ascribed unto himself an authority that he doesn't have. when specific provisions of the Constitution are raised as subject matter of discussion in a trial. A court of limited jurisdiction, specifically a trial court, does not have the authority to interpret the Constitution. That authority is ascribed to the full bench of the Honorable Supreme Court. So today, the judge had indeed agreed that the former officials of government are immune from any criminal prosecution or judicial inquiry for acts committed or acts carried out while serving as members and statutory members of the National Security Council and principal advisors and agents of the presidency. That immunity of the president that extends to the advisors of the president and the agent, that immunity can never be subjected to judicial review in a court of law. The courts shall refrain from conducting inquiry on the basis that any attempt will compromise national security. In fact, it's on the other way around. Why we should be protecting the protection of national secrecy, I see the government proceeding to expose national security operations, especially about expenditure during elections to keep this country safe from threats to the elections. Is that with the wisdom of the judge? The next thing is the defendants, the former ministers of the former officials of government cannot stand trial. Why? Under the due process clause that we have in fact, our cases like the Wallow versus Wallow, the landmark case on due process, before you are convicted, you have the right to question the witnesses, to produce evidence in your favor in order to exonerate yourself. These officials are prohibited by law not to defend themselves. And what is the law? The National Security and Reform Act, Intelligence Act of 2011 says, as long as they are alive until 20 years, even if they go for trial and they take the witness and to testify about how they expended the money, when they come outside, the NSA will arrest them also because they have breached national security intelligence operation. That's why you take up on the level at the level of the National Security Council. The judge erred, and in fact, the ruling went beyond. The team will discuss that. But what we know is that the law already gives us the authority to go on the remedial process when the judge had made a decision, especially on the issue of authority.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country, as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
vice president, senator, a representative pro tem, just whatever, whatever the situation, we face the reality head on because it is an obligation, not a choice, not a privilege, not an opportunity, but an obligation. It's real talk. I'm Sam Andrews. Today is the 23rd day of July, the reign of Judah Christopher. Grateful we are to God, the creator and sustainer of the universe. Faithful God, true God, irrespective of what society is, who is in power, what is of prime importance to him, his people should be served well. We are grateful to that God, the Almighty God, the Creator, the God who keeps watch over everybody, the God who sees the heart of the president, bad president, good president, bad senator, good senator, bad representative, good representative, bad pro tem, good pro tem, bad speaker, good speaker, just everybody. God sees the heart. That is the God who keeps watch over us also. We are grateful. We are thankful. He's good. He's faithful. He's kind. It's another day he has given us to speak truth to power, that his society and his people will feel happy and not to grow in their hearts, because when the people grow in their hearts, God in heaven punishes the leader. And everyone is a stakeholder. So we are on an obligation to do what is right. Not everybody likes what you do, what you say, how you say it. No, but you ought to say it. Once it benefits society, once it brings people out of suffering, out of captivity or slavery, once it brings people out of poverty, you got to say it. Don't hold anything back in life. Say it boldly, bluntly. Oh, yes, that's what we are. So it is another day. We giving out every day. Every day is a day for money. Every day is a day for money. So our partners helping the radio entertainment people, they are giving out 5,000 and 15,000 today. That's 5,000, 15,000 and 10,000, sorry. 15,000, the King's Cash giveaway. You want to start playing, continue play always. Never stop playing. You can never tell. Just play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US. And then you can have your 15,000. 15,000. Yes, 15,000. You want to play, keep playing, always play. You can never tell. You might just be that person to hit the jackpot. We appreciate our partners, Radio Entertainment Liberia, for creating the opportunity. So play, keep playing, always play, never give up. You are out. You are a good candidate for a good 15,000 Liberian dollars. Also, Liberty Fortune, another opportunity creator for you. Play, keep playing, always play with reasonable amount. The draw is at the weekend, 26th day, Liberia's independence. You want to get 1,000, you can, United States dollars on July 26th, a poll 26. Poll 26. So you want to get $1,000 on a poll 26. The draw is on Saturday, 1,000 United States dollars, 1,000. Good to see all of you again. Thank you. The protocol is so long, so I will try my best to just run through as I can. I can do all The number is increasing by the day. Thank you all. I've go through everything after the show. We are hitting an astronomical figure, a staggering number. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much, all of you, for choosing Kings and Real Talk, as well as Face the Issues and Let's Talk About It. So please bear with me if I can run through all, because time is of the essence. Gate do Community, Solo Watcotia, Gatnesville, Heron Tito Jr., Carwell, Clady Allison, Delaware, the USA, Mamata Son, ELW at Painesville, Stephen Yakade, Tody District, Cotton Tree, Lower Magibby County, Diane Davis, your residents, Manhattan, New York, the United States, Morphley Cisse, Glia Williams, Red Light, Painesville, Fatu, Conan, Kakata, Ralph Cooper, Denver, Colorado, Julia Oneway, Johnsonville, Abeningo, Batsy, Boulevard, Gatnesville, Moses Saka, Matilda Stevens, good to see you. Hope that you are faring well. Paris Lobot, New Jersey, the USA, George Gono, Central Port Community, Freeport Community, my dear Southeastern sister, Dwight, you on from Minnesota. Good to see you on. Hope that you are doing good. Tom Williams, Congo Town, ELWA, that's Catholic Community. Boakai Zodua, Macklin Street, Waterside, William Massaquoi, Pennsylvania, USA, Sam Kuhlman, Ramsey Samukai, Congo Town 540, A.C. Makia, Caldwell, New Georgia, Asata Miller, Stowe Clinic Community, Jackson C. Ponin, Iron Factory Block C Community, member of Block 13 Intellectual Center, Chairman Romancio Latupan, you are the chairman of the Intellectual Center, Block 13, District 18, chairman for life, everlasting chairman. Nobody can remove him. Down to F chairman, the chairman that cuts across, a melting pot chairman. Good to have you on the show. Die Hard, Joanne, Romancio Latupan, Cannibal, or Rico for short. Joan Momolu from your business center, Gale Street, Central Moravia, behind the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation, Patience Wisner, Macklin Street, opposite the Public Works Ministry, Camara, Brussels, Belgium, Jadi, Kiawu, Kerry Street, and too long, yeah. Okay. Yes, thank you all for coming on. We can get started without reminding you of the King Support Basket. Please continue to support us. We need you. This is nothing to brag about, or as they say in Liberia, eat prayer with shame. No, we are in this together. We need you. You've done well. You continue to do well. We appreciate all that you have done. We want you to step it up. Thank you so much. Most of you have responded. You stay responding. Thank you so much, both on and off. Orita Weah from Delaware, thank you so much. We've got your message and we got everything. Thank you, my dear sister. Thank you so much. We will relay your message to AB. Thank you so much. And we accept the compliments. Yes, we were inspired by that. Rita Weah, thank you. We can appreciate you the more. That's what we look forward to. Your partnership or our partnership is key. We are headed into 2029. We are on the other side of the political divide. They see us as their enemies. They are doing everything to stifle us, that we don't exist, that we don't have but the wisdom that God gave is concentrate not on your enemies. Do what you can within your reach. When you are capacitated, you can outclass your enemy. We can without you. With you, we can. Thank you again. The numbers are on the screen. The send wave 0555 885 885. The local mobile money 0777 017 885. Just drop as you can, and we appreciate everything. Let's get started. Time is of the essence. We've got a couple of things to look at. We are headed into the 26th Liberia's Independence Day, 178 years old, 178 years back, 178 years no rule of law, 178 years bad governance, 178 years no pipe-borne water running, 178 years street dirty, poo-poo water running all over the place, dikes all over the place. 178 years capital city remains the same, just like a village. 178 years vast majority of the people can understand their own constitution. 178 years no infrastructure in place that people can look at and say this is a developing country. 178 years, it is still a subservient country, though it claimed to be independent on paper. 178 years old, no good spoon event or system in place. 178 years, it cannot cross a single over a single African country to make any significant strides. 178 years, it is still begging. 178 years, country that Liberia is far older than, still begging those countries for assistance. When those countries were not existing, they did not even come to exist when Liberia came into existence. 178 years, Liberia begging those countries for assistance. 178 years, the country has no good religious system in place. 178 years, the religious leaders are muted. 178 years, just nothing, absolutely. 178 years, the current Unity Party government is 5 times corrupt than previous governments. 178 years, the government currently is more divisive than previous government. 178 years, God can't even believe this is the land he gave and called Liberia. God in heaven himself can believe that after 178 years, Liberia has nothing to show. Pathetic. Let's get started on a very serious note, people. Well, I don't think we can say much again, because what I often said, the outgoing president of the African Development Bank, Akinwumi Adesina, put it squarely and strictly in the face of President Joseph Yema Boakai and his people, confirming exactly what I have always told you. This country was blessed by God like every country of the world. God did not curse any country. God blessed every country individually. The essence of blessing is to strive on and expand and prosper. God doesn't come down or drop manners from heaven. God creates the opportunity by giving you what you ought to, and it is for you to take and make the maximum use of. Please listen carefully to some of the pointers. I can summarize his speech that lasted for almost of 35 minutes to an hour. He started by saying that government ministers should be held accountable. President Weah ministers should be held accountable. He should demand demonstrable results from them. 1. 2. Development goal, according to Dr. Adesina, is rooted in effective governance and ministerial performance and not rhetoric. When we're talking aid here, people who understand, they just think that we are hateful of the government, hateful of Unity Party, and just don't want to see anything good. But God in heaven allow us to use our literacy. That is the essence of exposing yourself so that you help society. What we do is we analyze the indicators, and what we say is not different from what people around the world who are educated would say. He did not say anything extra for what we have always said here on King's FM. What is it and what the government ought to do? He also said in his address to Mr. President and his ministers that Unity Party ministers, if they don't want to be minister, then they shouldn't accept the responsibility. In essence, what he said simply, every responsibility goes with, or it is result driven. It is result oriented. You have to produce result. It is not the title. It is not feeling comfortable, because that's how most ministers in Liberia from time to time feel. So they pleasurize more, comfortable with the adoration given them or the praises, and do less. This one, he also said, which we've always talked about. If you got his speech, you will see this there. Dr. Adesina told President Weah that his government needs to manage Liberia's vast natural resources. He also told President Weah that there is no country, and watch the atmosphere when he came to this point. Prior to this, when he said one or two things, they would clap, 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 clap. But when he came to this point, the atmosphere was a bit quiet, meaning Liberian government officials, their consciences weren't clear because they have taken everything and put it at the disposal of the white man. Didn't I tell you yesterday? I was not there when the man was speaking. I was on the show at the time he was speaking. I was not there. He got through, and then we listened to his address word for word, paragraph by paragraph, sentence by sentence, letter by letter. He said, referring to Liberia, in essence, why Liberia has been poor all of the time, depending on financial and multilateral institutions to help Liberia. Why Liberia has always been a subservient country. Why this country can prosper, yet it seems it is prospering, but it is not moving anywhere. The man said that the country or the government must manage properly the country's vast natural resources. Simply put, in his opinion, what God has blessed this country with, he hasn't seen it of any country of the world. Hence, this country is still poor, still begging. Institutions have to give money before they can even have a good budget. Listen to what he said beyond that. That there is no country of the world, absolutely, that God has not given them what is needed to develop the country. That's what he said. No country of the word that God has not given them what is needed to develop the country. He's still wondering as he delivered his address why this country called Liberia is poor. Why? This is his quote. Let me quote him verbatim. He said, "You are blessed with tremendous resources. There is no reason why Liberia should not be developed." That's what he said yesterday. You, Liberia, you, Liberians, your country, not even my country, Nigeria, that I come from, not even other countries, has so much vast natural resources with a small population that can, in a twinkling of an eye, with everything that you have, look like a seeming heaven or partial heaven, whichever way. That's what he was saying simply. Do you know that the people just tired with Liberia now begging and begging and begging and begging and begging and begging? Look at the country. Look at the place called Capital City, how dirty, nasty, stink it is. Look at the capital city that houses the presidency. The capital city that houses the legislature. The capital city that houses the judiciary. The three branches of government. Look at it. Look all around. Look at the executive mansion. They're all over the place. Look at the legislature. Look at the judiciary. You see disorganization. You see untidy atmosphere. You see filthiness. You know what it means? Go out of this place. Go right at Sierra Leone. Look at Sierra Leone Parliament. Go Guinea. Go Nigeria. The man said that Liberia has everything to be developed as a country, starting with the stage of a developing country. He said, "You are blessed with tremendous resources. There is no reason why Liberia should not develop." If anybody say this to you, please, I beg you, in any situation, the person is telling you that you are cursed upon anything, except my small education lie to me, but in lie. That what it means. The person is telling you, you have, but you don't know that you have, yet you're acting like you have, but you don't want to make use of what you have, but you're acting like somebody is responsible for your backwardness, and nobody is responsible but your inability to do based on your self-ego, your greed, your individualism. Let's go on. He didn't stop there. Within the same area, he spent pretty close to 5, 6, 7 minutes there. He said it is time that the government end the exportation of raw materials. And then he gave the reason. He said because the exportation of raw materials is the door for poverty. The exportation of raw materials, according to Dr. Adesina, is the door for poverty. Mr. President sat in the United States in front of President Donald Trump. What did he tell Donald Trump? That what the man saying, yo. That what the man saying. The man disagreeing with President Bouaka sitting in America. What did Bouaka do? Bouaka said, Donald Trump, Liberia is in your hand. We turn Liberia over to you. Come and do whatever you can do. So take all our materials, you carry, no problem. You can just give us some money, then we'll be announcing through the media. America has given 10 million. The World Bank has given a grant of 15 million. While everything that should give the country that independence and relevance and position itself amongst its fellow African country as a developing country is off. What did he say further? Adesina said, export. The man was providing, the man provided tutorial. It was a lecture session for Mr. President, Gaffwan, all the so-called finance people over there, everybody. The man was teaching them. The man said the export of processed materials is the door to what? Wealth, prosperity, advancement, development. Then taking what you have. But how can Liberia process? Liberia has nothing absolutely of its own. That's what happens when you keep giving your things to white men. Sorry, please accept my professional racism. When you keep putting it at the disposal of the white man, you will just be a subservient country, just begging. A subservient person is that person who is at the mercy of other people, who are independent, who makes use of their natural resources or their mentor. So things work with them, for them. Too pathetic. 178 years. We are still being taught economic governance, political governance. 178 years. We've got absolutely nothing significant to show, even though we have everything given by God to turn us into a developing country. 178 years. Far below Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone is 1956. I might not be exact, but it's within that range. 178 years. We below Sierra Leone state. 178 years. Guinea. We below Guinea. 178 years. Don't even mention Nigeria and Ivory Coast. Your regional bloc, your fellow colleagues in the region. 178 years, you got nothing significant to show. 178 years. Lawmakers are still concerned about themselves, giving their staff astronomical salaries. 178 years. Liberian legislators are still fighting to ride the best of all cars. 178 years, using millions of United States dollars on hearing. 178 years. The country has got absolutely nothing to show. And everybody ought to take blame for this. Past government, present government. Let's continue with Dr. Adesina's lecture. What did he say beyond that? Then he came to money. 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 And if you follow Dr. Adesina's address, if you watch his countenance, you could tell that he was saying atmospherically that we've given so much to this country. Why it is true that one of the goals, if not the singular goal of the African Development Bank to help African countries, but we've tired with this country called Liberia because we've given so much to this country than any other country, yet we can see nothing. He came to the money aspect. What did he say? Over the years, the African Development Bank, 650 million United States dollars. What's the areas? Road, agriculture, governance. The 178 years, the people giving you money to develop a good governance system, still it is not working. He said just last year, 2024, just last year, according to him, 2024, last year was 2024. He said the bank gave 40 million United States dollars for road rehabilitation of critical corridors. Now, okay, let me conclude. Then we'll talk about the government hypocrisy. He did not stop there. His long speech. He also said that they are working with the government, meaning this government, to secure additional co-financing to speed up road development across the country. That brings me to the government's hypocrisy. And I can see why things are just bad off. Things are just going upside down with this government. The same thing they're doing, that they have this argument between they and CDC about project. The money for everything here is not coming from the government. The African Development Bank is giving the money. Now, there is something in our profession called attribution, meaning you must acknowledge the person who did that or doing that. Don't take it onto you as your own. That's what they call attribution. So when you hear the person talking, you say, according to this person, according to this, or this person, we took this material from this institution, or this person, you gave the credit. That in our profession, they call attribution. It is not you, not your property, not your effort. So you can take it like it is for you. That's why when we broadcasting, you hear the person say, according to this, according to Front Page Africa. You cannot take it onto yourself, or you cannot broadcast it like that you went there, you did X, Y, Z. No. So you give the credit. It is called for in the law, in our law. Our law did not say you can take material from the other side. They say you can take material, but make everybody to know that that material is not your own, it's another person's property. So you give the credit. So the argument I own here, Unity Party, forget it. Your leader will. When we get there, you'll see. I jump in a debate here about project. But one time I told you that Unity Party people, the same thing CDC people are saying. They said it. And I have voices on that. Some of the ministers here in this government, we had the opportunity to interview them. And they were debunking CDC people, saying that Unity Party initiated a project. They did the blueprint. Since that thing started, you hear me saying anything about it? No. I am waiting. I'm gathering all. Because when I start to talk it, I will talk less and play their voices so you will hear it. That thing didn't make any sense. So our law said you must give the attribution. Since this government came, what you've heard them do, these roads, the rehabilitation, the cut and paste that they're doing all over the place, they've presented it like the government has generated enough revenue domestically, and it is the money that they are using, and the government is this, the government is that. This government has not generated anything significant to do anything significant on all of these. These are monies from the World Bank. The man made it clear yesterday. The man said just last year, 2024, they gave 40 million United States dollars. 40 million United States dollars. For what? Rehabilitation of critical road corridors. So you hear the public work minister will go sit down on the radio. We're doing this road from this place to this place. This road was like this. We made it this way. We're doing it. You will present it like it is being done from domestic revenue, and that they generated a money that CDC could not. But that World Bank money, that some other money. To say that World Bank has given us this. The last time the Minister of Public Works was on the air, I followed that conversation. He never gave attribution to the World Bank. He presented everything. He was more concerned about what CDC did not do, what they are doing now. Instead of saying that we secure this funding, the World Bank has given us this amount, and it is for this, for that. He presented it like they've generated enough domestic revenue, so they were moving with it. This is a shame. The man comes to your country. The man teaching governance. The man teaching economic management. The man telling you about your resources while you are poor. What, Dr. Adesina? Thank you, sir. So you see, when we're talking area, I can't believe it. The man said it. The man said there is no reason why Liberia is not developed with the vast natural resources it has. Very tremendous, meaning more than sufficient to develop the country, that it will not be begging China to send buses. It will not be begging America to have this. It will not be begging Nigeria to give this. It will not be begging Algeria to send a car for the police. It will not be begging. It will have its own factories producing different stuff that other countries will look and say, but we can go to Liberia for this production. We can go to Liberia to gain this experience. We can go to Liberia to do this experiment in their lab. They have lab. 178 years, this country is still going out to do simple things, spending thousands of dollars. 178 years. You saw what the man said? Shameful. Somebody comes into your country and tells you that you are poor, but God didn't curse you. God bless you with vast natural resources, very tremendous, enough, more than enough for a small population, 5.4 million people. Yet, you are at the mercy of other countries. That will be doing it for Dr. Aki Woman at the Sinner. Then let's go now to the next pointer. Israel talk about this, but I thought to give you some of the facts. And these facts are not our own, but Front Page Africa. So let me tell you now. So it can be that sitting at Unity Party on CDC thing, then they will say that Front Page Africa reported, and they did a very good background investigation. They went deep, they took risks to get this information out, to tell you of the malfeasance of this government. Front Page Africa reported, and still reporting, that currently it has in its possession documents, not documento, documents that Unity Party government covertly, in an occultic manner, a severance agreement of how many dollars? 100,000. 100,000 United States dollars. 100,000. You sit down there. You sit down, you put money in your phone, you're screaming. You're calling to radio station, oh, this government is this, and President Baka is doing there, and this government is there. You sit down. They see you as stupid people. Sorry. But that's how they see you. You scream, you build a defensive wall for them. While they are corrupting, they are enriching themselves at your detriment. But you would say that you pour your small money, you pour 50 cents inside. I'm calling from XYZ. This Unity Party government is doing well. Since President Baka came to power, it's doing that. And then at the end of the day, you'll be asking people for money. 100,000 United States dollars each for two commissioners, suspended commissioners of the Liberia Telecommunication Authorities. What's the reason for that? So that they will resign. They are under investigation, allegedly for corruption. So the information, the document that the people collected, they say, okay, we're investigating you for corruption, yeah? But you know the way the thing looking at, we just want you to take some money, remain quiet, don't say anything, don't go to your lawyer again, don't tell your lawyer not to raise any issue why the investigation is delaying, why the government isn't taking you to court. They take your money, you go and sit down. Once the people not hearing it in the media, there'll be no wahala. You take your 100,000, you go sit down. 100,000. It's not 10,000 people, not 5,000. 100,000 United States dollars, not liberty. 100,000. The man who heading this government, he said no business as usual. Let me see a president that will come in this country and say you're free from corruption, you're for corruption here on, you'll be 100% clean. This country, poor. The women that can say poor. 100,000 just for them to resign. Who are the two officials? Israel Akinsaya and Zotawan Titus. Zotawan Titus. Comrade Titus. The two individuals suspended commissioners with the others. In 2024, according to Front Page Africa, in 2024, the accusations came up of financial impropriety and mismanagement. Yes. Who are the others suspended? Edwina Zakba and James Weah, and Osborne K. Dix. According to Front Page Africa, that why it remains unclear whether all 5 commissioners, the paper is not saying that its information is unclear. It's not too sure of it. No. The paper is certain. It's 100% 100% sure of what it reported. The not too clear is on all of them, whether the 100,000 went to each of the commissioner. Zotawan Titus 100,000, Israel Akinsaya 100,000, Edwina Zakba 100,000, James Baye 1,000, Osborne 1,000. The paper is saying that it is not clear whether all of them receive the 1,000. No. That's what the people mean. Whether all 5 commissioners receive similar offers. But these 2 officials, the paper said that it can confirm that these 2 officials were told to receive the money, go and sit down, mute themselves, and just enjoy. Enjoy his jaw. The paper also said that they revealed in that same 2024 last year in August that the acting leadership at FTA, backed by the executive, was proposing attractive financial settlements to the suspended officials and assure them that they would not face investigation after the General Auditing Commission report. The paper revealed, if you got the Front Page Africa newspaper, fine. If you didn't get it, well, I advise, I think the vendors are still around. You can get it. Everything is there. They have this portion of the communication, the document review, or that the paper got hold of, confirmed that LTA, under the man who Bouaka took from there, Abdullah Kamara, agreed to pay each of the suspended commissioner 100,000 in 4 installments. In 4 installments. The man who Bouaka just took from there. And listen, The reason, this is one of the reasons why Bouaka took him out. Listen, it will come. It will come. It coming out small. It coming out small. They agreed to pay these suspended LTA officials by installment. Say this month, we give you 25,000. At the end of the other period, we gave 25,000. And the last payment, 50,000. Then you can go and sit down. The paper also reported, and still reporting, that the payments were to be tax-free, meaning no tax on it. Nothing, absolutely. You get your money free, not going through any this one, that one, no rigorous system. The finance will take this, LRA will do this. All the people there, no. We're paying by installment, meaning that secret deed. So we ain't going through any formal process. Just command the ma, push it to you, you go sit down. So these few days, when Bouaka appointed Clarence Masekwe, he went there. Some of the senators heard what was coming out in the corridor of the LTA. They started hearing things in this direction and they took it serious. And they raised the issue with the guy who Bouaka appointed now, Clarence Masekwe. He denied it. Clarence Masekwe denied it. They say, not true. The man said that not true. That's not true. But Front Page Africa said the agreement included immunity clauses. And the paper quoted that clause. Let me read it for you. Hear what it said. It is understood and agreed that this release/receipt document is executed by me in favor of the LTA, releasing the Board of Commissioners, management, and successors from all liabilities arising out of or connected with my services at LTA and bars any claim or civil suit which I may have now or in the future connected with and or arising from my services. Rescue. So what did your man say now? What did our man say? Masekwe. They put Masekwe there to cover up. But everything is out. The document is out. You will hear more today as time goes by. So Masekwe denied when the senators brought it to his attention. He said they're not true. Hear what he said. Both decisions are taken in both rooms by resolution. I saw copies of resignations. That's what he's saying. I saw copies of resignations. And in those letters, I did not see conditions set in. That's what he said. He did not. Not at all. He said, before me, I have no contract. This board has not received a contract. We deny. No problem. Time. The people say time reveals. Time reveals. But what is certain is this government is engaging into several shady deeds, covert operations. Already, you saw what happened at the transport ministry. So that what unfolded. That will take us to Eddie Jaulo, National Youth Movement for Transparent Elections. National Youth Movement for Transparent Elections. It will take us to Eddie Jaulo assessment. The organization did a survey, an appraisal of President Joseph Yema Boakai government. And he, according to his report, painted a worrying picture of the Unity Party government. But before we get into that, let's have this break. Oh, yes, that's what they want us to do. They want us to think stupid. They think we are stupid. They want us to feel stupid. But we aren't stupid. Do not allow anybody to make you think you are stupid and think stupid because you aren't stupid. If they think you are stupid, tell them that they are stupid and treat them like stupid people. You aren't stupid. But that's what the politicians will always think you are. And so they are in a pole position to toss you to and fro, use you. Yeah. Don't allow them to think you are stupid. You aren't stupid. No. All right. So the National Youth Movement for Transparent Elections will release its finding or appraisal on the government. Its executive director is Eddie Jaulo. He has the Neighborhood Partners for Democratic Development, and he will challenge the Unity Party government to present any signature Trump project after nearly 3 years in power. The organization is saying that since Boakai came to power, almost 3 years now, Boakai does not have a signature tune or a signature project. A signature project is a project. What a signature is, it's your handwriting, your name. That's what it is. When you affix your signature, it means either that document or that thing is yours. In politics, when it says signature project, it means the project initiated by the government or initiated by the president. That's what it calls signature project. It's just like when they appoint you minister, like what Ellen told her last public work minister. She said, I don't see your footprint here though, meaning I don't see anything significant about you, nothing practical. So we can say the same. Since Boakai took over, according to Eddie Jaulo, they didn't see anything practical from Boakai. No signature project for nearly 3 years in power. That's what the man said. That's the main appraiser of the government. His organization observation. Almost 3 years in power, President Boakai has no signature tune whatsoever, meaning he has no project of his own. He has initiated nothing. At this point, in Weah's regime, Weah's signature project was on the ground, or projects were on the ground. And that is why they were saying, oh, Weah project, that Weah project condemning this. They did not deny that Weah signature projects were not seen. They acknowledged, but they were condemning it. But at least in his second year, he saw something. Eddie Jaulo is saying, comparatively, Weah is better than Boakai. Almost 3 years, Weah does not have, Boakai does not have a signature project challenging the Unity Party government to present any signature project after 3 years in power. And he will call for urgent reforms, including a parliamentary school to stir Liberia out of political confusion. He will go on in his appraisal to criticize lawmakers, warning that without proper parliamentary system in place, these people, they say that over there, they call themselves lawmakers. Those people are just money eaters. That place, they call it for the love of money. So that's why he said, simple, in his report released that almost 3 years in power, President Bouaka has no signature project, meaning they have not seen anything initiated by the president from his vision back with the revenue generated. Nothing. And listen, you will not believe it, but listen, I will always say it. Whatever you see United Party doing, it's just rhetoric. That's what they call rhetoric. Rhetoric means you're making speeches here and there. You make it look fine, sound so beautiful, or sound so pleasant in the ears of the people. And because they are not critical too, so they buy into it and believe it and say, oh, the government is doing this, the government is doing well. But everything that you see, they're just talking. You heard what the ADB man said? The ADB man said it in his own words. The man said, why Liberia? Liberia has vast and tremendous natural resources. Why the country is not developed? The man said 2024. We in 2025. 2024, they gave the government 40 million United States dollars for critical road corridors. That the money they were using, they just running all around, presenting it as if the revenue generation. Eddie Jaulo comes to say, from our observation, since Bouaka came to power, he doesn't have anything to show. No. He doesn't have anything. Nothing, absolutely. And it is a shame. That's what he was simply saying. It is a shame. After 3 years, after bragging and boasting, nothing, absolutely. No signature project the president has. But yet he will go from place to place, dedicating. Interestingly, he's dedicating somebody's signature project. But I said when the time comes, we'll get into that thing because the voices I will be playing. And I think there were the whole debate, if it is a debate about whose project is this, whose project is not, will end. Because you will hear the voice of the public work minister saying, we initiated this. We developed the blueprint. The CDC should not take any credit for it. Unity Party did this. Unity Party that. Ah, God. So the man said absolutely nothing. 3 years in power, they can't see anything. That will take us to the former first lady, not Christmas, but 26th at the weekend, and she's moving to put smile on the faces of the people, the children, orphanage homes. On July 26th, goodwill gesture. So tomorrow, it starts tomorrow at several orphanages. They will distribute bags of rice as gifts to young children in orphanage homes everywhere. That's good. That's good. So it starts tomorrow. Tomorrow, the distribution tomorrow. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, not the current Speaker, sorry, the former Speaker of the House of Representatives, will share his sadness over the incident that occurred. Let me share that with you, then we can read some of your comments and then get to the line, and then we talk something lastly. Yeah, that is very key. A tragic incident that occurred within his district. He said, our hearts go out to the people of Julo following 2 tragic incidents that claimed the lives of a pregnant woman and several others. We mourn the families and pray for comfort during this difficult time. These painful losses highlight the urgent need to connect all parts of our country with decent roads, starting with the road from Wakbo through Newton community in Dabo Statutory District, Nefu community in Jro Statutory District. Reducing reliance on river crossings will save lives and bring lasting benefits to our people. We remain committed to making this road a reality. It will stand as a meaningful part of our service and legacy. His response to the disaster that occurred, that according to him left a pregnant woman died and several others. All right. So those are the few talking points. Let's read some of your comments and then, but before then, the political party of Musability, the Citizens Movement for Change, they release a document. Let's share that with you first, and then we can open the line to have your say. Its digital platform making a significant step in the party's efforts to modernize and improve accessibility for its members and supporters. The launch event, scheduled for 2 p.m. at the party's headquarters in Congo Town, will be led by CMC political leader Musability. According to party officials, the site represents a groundbreaking move in Liberian politics as CMC becomes the first political party in the country to transition from paper-based to fully digital registration. All right. Let's get to the line, but before then, let's see some of the comments. Emmanuel Broad said, I believe that LTA story because Front Page Africa is credible. Yeah. That's true. Otaka Kawu said, Bwaka is a complete disaster and embarrassment to our nation. Emmanuel Broad writes again, 178 years LIB is still underdeveloped, but it's rampantly corrupt. Matthew Kosugba says, CDC 2029. Lawrence Sherman, we are suffering from a disease called mental illness. This disease don't allow the people to think for themselves. Matthew Cholople, this useless government would suffer the worst thing because they came to power with lies. That's why it's not good to lie. That's why you're trying to say you left something out. Lawrence Sherman, this government will go down in history as the worst government ever in this country. So those are the pointouts. Again, keep supporting, keep dropping in the King Support basket. We appreciate all that you have done and continue to do, but we still count on you. Step it up. Orita Weah, thank you. Don't worry, your message will be delivered. The numbers are on the screen: 0777885 0. That's 0555. Sorry, 0555885 885 0777 017 The name is Abraham William. Let's get to the line. Have your say as quickly as we can on these pointers. The position given by Dr. Akiwumin Adesina, outgoing president, African Development Bank, what Front Page Africa reported, and Eddie Jawulo Nemot, National Youth Movement for Transparent Elections, observation about the Boakai Kun government that almost 3 years, no signature projects, and the disaster that occurred in the former speaker community or district, expressing his condolence and the need for improved road connectivity. 0772 23 99 33, 0886 30 44 97, the women's line 0777 9803 75. Those are the numbers to have your say. Where is my guy? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah?
Mohammed?
You say what?
Mohammed?
No, that's not Muhammad, Chief. that's not Muhammad. You intend to call somebody, I guess. You just listen to the number. No, that's not Muhammad number. Yeah, try know your number good. Yeah. No, you can call. You can call on my line, on my private line. You call the station line. The station lines are 0772 23 99 33, 0886 30 44 97, 0777 9803 75. Don't call my line. No, you wouldn't go through. I beg you, please. Hello.
Yeah. Say, Andrew?
Yes, sir.
I appreciate your program so kindly, even man. Yeah, I just want to speak to a few things that you are just lined up. You see, since the new party government came to power, I haven't seen any signature project of President Boakai. The only signature project that I can attest to, and that one is squared for him, is the police booth. That they spent 30,000 each. Where they put to the border bar, like you can see there. That one of the project.
That booth stay there? It stay there?
You can see it there. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, they took it from there, or car ran into it?
Car ran into it, same that time that was the end. The second signature project is the transport ministry. I've been taking and then turn over to a broad traffic management system where our people hold it target that the president managed to change. I will see. They had target there last night. Now they stay there. They stay praying. So those are signature projects that I know about Mr. Boakai. But any other project then it means that it's in the air. And the second that I know of that no material that the gentleman agreement. The two men in the fire yellow machine gentleman agreement. And any more calling when you were on your way going to church that day. Those are projects that I know about the excellences Ambassador Joseph Newman Boakai.
All right.
Thank you kindly.
Yeah, you too. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, how are you? This is Andrew Pastor Shadrach Chibusun.
Pastor Shadrach, what?
Chibusun.
Let's hear you, Pastor.
You asked a bigger question that whether we can know the full mark of this government. Yeah? How will this government break down or carry any project off when they were stealing our money in hotels just to remove one speaker? All the money that the people that were giving to them, the African Bank Development said, they were keeping the money just to remove one person. And today they are out of money. Where are we heading to? You take money bribing people to resign. Now, Mr. Andrew, let me tell you something. Mark my words. Those people that are taking for position, they are doing it to maintain the error, come 2029 to do another evil. That's what they are doing. They are preparing for 2029. They just want to get rid of everybody that not eat, that not dancing with the tune. We are in a serious disaster crisis in this country. And to survive from it, it will be difficult. Let can go out of it. We cause trouble and we bear the consequence of it. May God bless you.
Thank you too. God bless you too for calling. Have a nice day. Yes. Hello? You went off, sir. Okay. What is occurring? Menzede Pohatari, Transport Ministry. It wasn't easy there yesterday. Okay, so let me see the government, what they say about that Liberia transport management, something I think they've just released a statement to that effect, clarifying everything that people are saying. Hello?
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Sam.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Yeah, this is Mark Brown calling from the Chicken Soup Factory Bell.
Let's hear you, Mark Brown.
Okay. You know, I all heard people saying that Boga didn't do the project. He did a good project because Richard Cohn spoiled and he spent all the money behind Richard Cohn to the capital building. That's a project. He did a good project in this country. That's a project. Therefore, there again, the one he's doing in Bronville, the one he's doing in Lofa, that's a project he carried on. Because Richard Cohn was already finished and he spent a lot of money behind him. That's a project. The whole world looked at the project he did when he told the world that a first project he did in the country. May God bless you. Thank you all for me the time.
Let's go this way. Hello.
Hello?
You are on the air, Chief.
This is Bama Samola calling from Bannersville.
Yeah, let's hear you.
I hear people say that Boka don't have project. Boka has a farm project. Boka project is to bring the capital building. I want a project there. So that is good. Everything. He did work on us. Our capital building.
Okay, Chief. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Sam Andrew.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yes, Sam, this is the border of Sabu Rasta. I'm phoning in from Point 4 to be flexible my geographical location in Zimbabwe. You know, Sam, let me say thank you for your brilliant analysis. But Sam, my attention has been drawn to the issue when you talk about President Boga suspending people and getting them 100,000 back. No, Sam, I want to bring people to start reading and forget about two more bottle red. There are differences between suspension and dismissal. For example, the difference between dismissal is when you dismiss somebody, dismissal means generally in any relationship is between the employer and the employee. When you suspend someone, which means you cut all professional ties between you and the person. Which means you and the person don't get nothing in common. Suspension means I want to maintain a confession. I bet temporarily. I believe saying you're a bookman, you speak good English. I know that you understand the word I bet temporarily. ALBERT. TEMPORARRTY. I bet temporarily, which means you and the person can say, guys, another GD on cover. So if you see Boga giving people 100,000, which means he still has another GD without people. So today, everything that Boga does, he said he got experience, so he's using a brand with experience. Boga is one of the corrupt people in the Republic of Liberia. Imagine, Sam, where in the world you will tell Liberia people say, oh, you bring yellow machine, and each country will get 19, to our ultimate surprise. Yeah, you say Jeremiah in China is going to bring another machine. Right. That is complete exception. That is criminality. That is not. That is not being transparent and accountable.
All right. Hello.
Hello. Yeah, this is Edmund Carr, the
visually impaired are keeping this person to the fire to deliver. We told the guys are supporting Boaka that it's very hard to defend Boaka. You see, Javolo, the last time he started it by trying to pamper Boaka, but knowing the full well that it's not easy to defend the character, he also come back to say something that just validates our argument. We have said it. Tell with all number that all of the running around Boaka ran around the places saying that they were going for international travel and this and that. It didn't bring back anything into this country. Okay, and we said that you don't have any signature project. That is shameful to the Unity Party government. They overlook it. Now people that are trapped papers then in the past, they are not coming up to validate our argument that yes, actually it's true. Waka don't have one signature project in this country. For President Weah took over, all the small things he tried doing while he was waiting for international funding to come in, they mock at it. He went to do a community, he said, we can improve for a year. I used to roll my trouser, take out my single wall in the water across. We can wait on this one. They laugh at it, they mock at it. That was the signature project. So for the president to come in position, go 1 year, 7 months, absolutely not one news he can even hear or then doing. That's still falling to the fact that what guy is not going to do anything here. He's going to be hanging our project on the Eastern Finish. Kudos to the African development then. The representative of that then. You are right. You are indirectly telling Boaka said the corruption is too much in your government. You need to handle it. Then they say, oh, the man fighting corruption because he's suspended. When you call suspending people that amount to fighting corruption, no. If you really show that the man is corrupt, dismiss the man, send he or she for persecution. Then we'll see it. But yeah, you suspend the people when you go low. You pay them 100,000. You pay them 50,000. What kind of fight against corruption is that? This is why they are very difficult to pay people. Because if you have people sitting home, you pay them 100,000, then the current people on bill, you pay each of them 15,000 every month. Where are you getting all that money from?
All right, Mr. Kai.
Yeah, that's where we are, and we are into it. Thank you.
Now rescue. Hello.
Good evening, Sam.
Yes.
So this is Eugene Jobo, and I call you from Capital Bypass.
Eugene Jobo.
Yeah, Eugene S. Jobo Jr.
Within the corridor of the late Cletus Noah and the family.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on. I know that you called to put your political point through. Please suspend that. I will give you ample time. You want to give us an understanding of the burial?
Hopefully tomorrow we have an announcement out. But let me just summarize it. On the 1st of August will be the burial of our late brother, big brother, uncle, father, Mr. Cletus Noah. August 1st will be the funeral service at St. Joseph's Parish. If you don't know St. Joseph's Parish, the Catholic Church adjacent the Salamari Polytechnic of Capitol Hill. So the remove will be the body will be removed early in the morning at St. Moses funeral home, taken to the church, and later on back. But in details, the announcement will be on case tomorrow.
Yeah. But why you guys are proceeding with the burial now? Because we heard the government put a stop to it when you guys were arranging his burial first and said an autopsy will be conducted by the government on the body. Why you're proceeding with burial?
So the autopsy was done, Sam. Even though I'm not official spokesperson of the family, but I can tell the autopsy was done, and the government gave us clearing to carry on the burial.
but they did not give you guys the finding. Did they give the finding of the autopsy to the family?
No, but they give us clearing to go about with the burial.
What
didn't
did
give us
they
funding,
what
but
did the government tell you people verbally apart from the scientific presentation?
uh, same, I think in my mind, I don't want to speak. I've not seen the report. I wasn't there when the autopsy was done. Other people represented the family. But what I'm hearing in the corridor, I may be wrong, but what I'm hearing in the corridor, I don't think there's a foul play. But again, we are still waiting for the report from the government, but they give us clearing.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
State, what do you call for, sir?
So thank you for the opportunity. Again, let me appreciate you for the effort in making sure that this country is better for every one of us. The issue that has to do with Nemo, Eddie Gallo. Sam, I want to urge you to do a background investigation. I think I still to be correct on this. This is the second report coming from Nemo on our president. You can recall when he took power, when our president took power, the first report that came from Nemo outlined all those things the president promised and those areas that are already achieved, some that are ongoing and all those things. So for Nemo to come back to us that the president had no signature of project almost 3 years now, then the question is where Eddie took those issues from when he said the president promised this and this was completed and this in process 50% or 80% completed. So we are confused. So I want to recommend to the media
Mr. Jobo,
that they have to go back.
Mr. Jobo,
to Eddie.
Mr.
Yeah.
Jobo, that is an admittance of completing somebody's idea and not his own. So I don't think it is a contradiction. I read that report initially. He said, yes, he said, Waka, listen, sir. He said Waka completed 80% of what he promised. Ironically, Bouaka initiated nothing. In this report, he is saying that Bouaka initiated nothing. So he also confirmed that everything that Bouaka completed was the signature tune or signature project of his predecessor. Are you there, sir? Eugene Jobo went off. Hello.
Good afternoon, Sam Andrews.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, thank you so kindly. My name is Hussein Keu. I call you this time from Disville. So, for us, we are yet to govern. We are not in the campaign mode. We are yet to govern, and we are governing. So, if the children factory rule is not a signature project, if the establishment of the Economics and War Crime Code is not an initiative of this president, then somebody have to go sit in a reading room and start to read. Because why people want to call and saying that the president had no signature project? Then meaning you are not a Liberian, you live in some planet that don't exist. Well, if you exist in Liberia, in this planet Earth, you need to understand that this government has initiated several projects that are new to you. So who can we convince in that light? The Chilivati is not a government signature project. The establishment of the Economics and War Crime Code is not a signature project, right? Other than laziness, those citizen boys are lazy.
Do you understand the political expression signature project? Do you understand that very well?
Signature project, right? So in fact, the establishment of the Economic and War Crime Code isn't that a signature when the president signed?
Okay, yeah, it's the education. Hold on. Hold on.
No, I mean,
hold on. You hold on. You hold on.
Chicken factory is not a signature project.
No, hold on now. Hold on, Chief. Here is the simple meaning of a signature project in a political. No, hold on, my man. Hold on. You want to go off the air. Hold on. A signature project simply means the one initiated from the leader thinking to the ground without any from anybody. Weah initiated things of his own innovation and brought it. That's what they call signature tune. Your own property, your own idea you develop. You carve it, you bring it, you put it into action. The two things you're talking about, all of those things were already in place. And that's why your Unity Party people saying government continue with it. Meaning you inherited it. The War Crimes Code, wasn't it with Ellen here for 12 years? Wasn't it with Weah for 6 years? So you see, there you talking about the CDC people. Unity Party people, you can defend nothing. You ain't got nothing to defend. No reliance whatsoever. When they say signature tune, it means your own. You can be, somebody build a house, then you get inside, you renovate it, then you say that your house, that's somebody's property there. Enough for you. Who's in your United Party people? You're open your score. Your learn. That simple thing. It's not hard to learn. Education ain't hard. But you can make it hard. Signature tune, signature project means that your own thing, that your property, that your design, you carve it mentally and you put it into action. That's why the people say, Boaga ain't get nothing. Because all the people who talking, they are educated and highly educated than you. Who saying? Boaga ain't get nothing. You think the boy know what they say? Nothing. Boaga ain't initiate. Send him from Boaga as your president. And tell him, Mr. President, what have you initiated? What is your signature project? Please tell me one of your signature projects. All the things that you see the man doing, the things that were in the pipeline already, Chief. But can you get nothing? Nothing. That's why they carry him around. They carry him around from one end to another to just dedicating something that he did not initiate. And listen, I said this. I'm going to get in this thing here. All of you, I can only advise you stop this debate. Unity Party people said it in the past. I'm coming up with the clips. Unity Party officials then. They see Mo Ali, Roland Giddings, who sits at Public Works, and other people. You will hear them in opposition, countering CDC people in power then, that they initiated this. This document was carved. They lay out the blueprint. CDC should not take credit for this. Yeah, I get it. That's why when public official speaks, we combine it to say, we keep it in our gallery. 3, 4, 5 years a day. I will bring it. That's why I say I'm jumping inside. The reason I'm not jumping inside, because the CDC people, they have to come out and be speaking. But we cannot speak for them. We cannot do what they ought to do. When I bring those voices, you hear them, then they will feel relaxed. They will sit down now and say, oh boy, yeah, there. And I'm getting stuck in there when you're in opposition, and I'm Ali talking, then they will sit down. When they finish with the debate, surprisingly, they'll bring it and everybody will hear it. But that whole thing that it started from Unity Party people, these same people in government. It started with them, except that they said it. But because you don't get the fact, because you have not been following, you have no time. The very who's in that going, you even know. I know. Giddings, go ask Roland Giddings. I was on Capital FM. I interviewed Roland Giddings pretty close to 7 times. Every time Roland Giddings went on the air, when seditionists are talking about the project initiated by Weah, initiated by CDC, Giddings will get vexed and say that they initiated it. This one was carved by Unity Party. He was in the office of Ellen as SYZ. He and Ellen will stay in the office up to 9 o'clock. They carved it, they carved that. CDC should not take credit for anything. And along the discussion, he will get so emotional. And he will start there, oh, tell that person on the line. Tell that CDC member on the line. I know it, Chief. I recorded it. So that's why I say I'm not getting into the debate of who get a project, who initiated, who not initiated. Because I know that Unity Party people are guilty. They said the same thing. They said it in the past. Why would we live here and forget about the past? They said it. They said when CDC people saying it, they're not wrong. United Party people said it. I challenge you. You say you ask more Ali what they did not say this in the past when CDC was in government. Go to Roland Giddings, go to all the people I call all their names. They are right now in government. Tell them, say Sam Andrew say, Sam Andrew challenge you and see whether they will say that lie. CDC people are not wrong for saying what they're saying. United Party people said it. They did it in the past. I know because I heard, I saw, I read, I interviewed some of them on the same thing. You're getting involved. You're the other people. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Andrew.
Yeah.
This is the voice of Peter Star and join you from talking at the show. Andrew, let me want some time when you're getting hard in your scene. That's what
Chief, talk your own. Forget about that man, my man. Let people feeding on other people's things. Say what you guys say. When you feed on what the person have said, you elevating the person. The person said thing, in your opinion, irrelevant. It doesn't make sense. Then you come to be speaking to it. Then it means what the person said, it makes sense to you. Even though the person say your own. Yeah.
I agree with him. The children value role as signature project. But when you guys
but they're not what signature project team. No, that team was already in play, but they're not what signature project. You do you
go see the road. The road is very deplorable.
No, they're not whether the road deplorable or not. All right, thank you, sir. Hello. You are on the air, Chief. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for organizing money and into community. Hello.
We're listening to you.
Saying in relation to the project.
Hey,
that's
Chief.
what we told the CDC government yesterday.
Chief, I'm talking about. I think I just tried to clarify because Hussein said something on it. It's not part of my talking point. Hello.
I'm Peter David Castle. I cover another street line in Roy Johnsonville. Mr. Sam Andrew, thank you for the fascinating discussion. You see, you can learn to come to power, but you can't learn to govern because governance is about service deliverable. When you deliver, it becomes visible and the impact will be felt on the life of the people that you are governing. So we have articulated to the people on several occasions that just like Yema Boaka doesn't have a signature or a project saying he took power. And even you, including yourself, we are sending that message. So try to our effort, what we are being and articulate to our people, and that is via every project that Joseph Boaka has dedicated and is from his predecessor. So, and you see, what is the what unfortunate situation about administration? They are not even preparing for the future. So they are going to spend from now to 2029. You get to believe that Joseph Boaka will never have a signature project. But there's no hope, no preparation. The entire arrest agenda is just a complete charade.
Okay,
they can't let the main issue and the focus on what we call political chicanery. So that's it. They are already feel realities are coming out. Thankfully, the civil society are coming out now and are joining us. So let us speak the truth to the people of Liberia so that they can understand. We need the betterment of this particular country. Thank you very much.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. You changed your location. Your line is not conducive.
Hello, are you getting me?
Yeah.
Mr. Andrew, I think the government just people. After this, every one of the ministers to defend the mayor them is so busy. We are about to start the government high signature project to GFP was with the person when in program for an average. So this government I keep to improve the life of people.
All right, Chief. Sorry. Thank you. I think we heard your position. Your line isn't clear. Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Andrew.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Levi Standing.
and I'm funding this activity in chicken factory. Well, thank you. I listened to the program and I listened to Eddie. Eddie is wrong. The president had a project, the very first project during 2024, when he sees a capital building, the project. Right after inauguration, he left the country with everybody being in the know, and people were asking, where is the president when he traveled to Ghana? That project. After a few months later, the president came out to tell all that he told the Liberian people that the friend was giving 285 people a yellow machine, and he told his friend, said, do not put my photo on that machine. Go there, love Liberia, build Liberia, think Liberia. These are projects. So
Okay,
I
sir.
don't know. So they got to go by here in a drawing room because these are projects. We'll sit and know about it.
Thank you.
Come here, telling the Liberian people saying you're going to open school for about 10,000 youth. The project is still on. It's a project. Thank you.
Thank you all for spicing it up. I appreciate all of you. So there is this misunderstanding about the transition, Liberia traffic management, but let's go out of Liberia. This lady been on the line for a while. She went off. She been on, but if she can call back, fine. So the government came out with a position statement or clarity. Okay, I think we can go now. Yes, good afternoon. Hello. No, the line is not that clear.
Hello.
Yeah. Just move a bit from where you are. Change your location briefly so that we get you clear. You are not clear in Liberia. You
Hello, Andrew.
Yeah, fine. You have to change your location. Sorry. You're not too clear.
Okay, Brother Andrew, good afternoon.
Yeah, okay. I think it's okay now. Let's try.
Okay. Are you hearing me?
Loud and clear, as we say in Liberia.
Oh, where? Hello?
Yeah, I'm getting you.
Hello?
Everybody in Liberia listening to you.
Okay, Brother Andrew, if you're hearing me, our concern here is drawn to this Liberia Transport Authority. You getting me?
Yes.
Now they have signed an agreement of 25 years. The 25 years agreement, how sure are they that they will be in power for 25 years? And they signed a kind of agreement, taking this ministry to a foreigner. You know, we the Liberian would like to deal with foreigners more than dealing with our own people that will get our country backwards. So the problem here is, we the citizens of Liberia, we should not get versed with the government, but our senators and representatives. It's time for them to stand up and speak against it. Our senators and representatives, this is time for them to wake up. They shouldn't be afraid that what will put them there. So our versation should be on them. We should attack them, they will attack the government. This one, no, not to it. That's our own idea from this side, our own contribution. Our representatives and senators, they are there to speak against it. No. If these citizens should be sent home, how would they live? And why foreigner? Not even a Liberian partners, but foreign partners. It's too bad. It's very bad, Mr. Andrews. So it's time for our senators and representatives to speak against it. So that's our prayer now.
All right. Thank you so much. So let me share with you the Ministry of Justice stuff. Yeah, she's right. But the senators and representatives will do nothing about it. They will do nothing. I understand the concerns raised, the frustration, the hurt, the pain. Interestingly, the legislature will do nothing about it. Absolutely not. Nothing they will do. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I'm getting you. I'm getting you from where you are.
Good afternoon.
You are on the air. You are on the air in Liberia. Speak.
Good afternoon, Andrew.
Yes.
Are you there?
Yes, speak.
Good afternoon, Andrew. Good afternoon.
Sorry, I think you're not getting us, but we getting you. I think you're calling from the States. The network not too conducive. Yeah. Let me share with you what the Justice Ministry released as quickly as we can on this Liberia traffic management. Then we gave our piece of advice. Ministry of Justice is said on the implementation of the 2018 concession agreement between the government of Liberia and Liberia Traffic Management Incorporated. The Ministry of Justice wishes to provide the public with an important update regarding the implementation of the 2018 concession agreement with Liberia Traffic Management Incorporated for the provision of a comprehensive traffic management system throughout our nation. As previously announced by the Ministry of Justice on January 29, 2025, the government has authorized the Liberia Traffic Management Incorporated to assume its responsibilities under the 2018 concession agreement, which included the production and issuance of driver licenses and the provision of vehicle registration services to the public. This transition was scheduled to take effect on February 10, 2025. Unfortunately, the implementation of the Liberia Traffic Management Incorporated concession agreement experienced a temporary suspension due to legal proceedings. However, we are pleased to announce that the Supreme Court of Liberia, in its judgment rendered on May 28, 2025, resolved this matter in favor of the government, thereby clearing the legal pathway for the government to proceed with the full implementation of the 2018 concession agreement with Liberia Traffic Management. With this legal impediment now removed, Liberia Traffic Management Incorporated will assume complete responsibility for the provision of a comprehensive traffic management system as outlined in the 2018 concession agreement. Under this arrangement, Liberia Traffic Management will finance, design, build, operate, maintain, and eventually transfer a modern vehicle and traffic management infrastructure. This system encompasses a traffic ticket management system, a vehicle touring and impound management system, a city parking system, a vehicle inspection system, driver testing and certification services, a driver license system, a vehicle registration system, and the establishment of motor vehicle offices throughout the country. Wherefore, and in view of the strict adherence to the government's unwavering commitment to implement and enforce the Liberia Traffic Management Incorporated concession agreement, We hereby inform the public of the following critical transition details that will take effect beginning Wednesday, July 16, 2025. 1. All vehicle registrations, issuance of vehicle plates, and driver licenses will be conducted exclusively by Liberia Traffic Management Incorporated starting Wednesday, July 16, 2025. Citizens and residents are required to complete all vehicle registration processes and obtain driver licenses at Liberia Traffic Management primary facility located in Congo Town, as well as at other designated sub-offices in Monrovia and across the country that will be announced in due course. 2. All renewals of existing driver licenses and vehicle registrations must be processed through the Liberia Traffic Management beginning Wednesday, July 16. Similarly, all applications for new driver licenses and vehicle registrations must be submitted to and processed by the Liberia Traffic Management Incorporated from this date forward. 3. All those who, prior to Wednesday, July 16, 2025, have already paid and commenced the processing of driver license and or vehicle registration at the Ministry of Transport headquarters on Warren Street and other offices across Monrovia and the counties can still go to those facilities beyond Wednesday, July 16, 2025, to pick up their documents. Those documents remain valid as long as they carry a date before Wednesday, July 16, which they show, since the fees were paid prior to said date. 4. The Liberia National Police, in collaboration with the Ministry of Transport, will continue to recognize and honor all driver licenses and vehicle registrations that remain valid beyond Wednesday, July 16, 2025, provided they were issued prior to this transition date. However, the public should be aware that only driver license or vehicle registration issued after Wednesday, July 16 by the Liberia Traffic Management Incorporated will be considered valid and honored by the Liberia National Police and the Ministry of Transport. The government encourages all citizens to familiarize themselves with these new procedures and to plan accordingly for their vehicle registration and driver licensing needs. We are confident that this transition will result in improved efficiency, enhanced service delivery, and a more robust traffic management system that will benefit all Liberians. We thank the public for the patience during this transition period and appreciate your continued cooperation as we work together to modernize Liberia's traffic management infrastructure and enhance road safety throughout our nation. This is what came out today from the Ministry of Justice. So, as I said, let me say again, it finished, it over. It finished. The legislature, those of you who are depending on senators and representatives, you're just leave your own with God. Nothing. In this country, once the executive wants anything and decides on it, the legislature will bow. The legislature is at the feet of the executive. Nothing. It finished. This is the statement from the Ministry of Justice telling you that everything is in place. Everything is in full effect. Nothing is going to be reversed. You go up, you kind of your vest. You can go whichever way you want to go. You can hang on the tower, and your vest carry it to God, lay your complaint there, but nothing will change. That's what the statement said. I just thought to share it with you so you will know. I could have said to you, oh, the people say nothing will change. They finish with everything in place. You will not have believed as you understood the reading. It finished. It finished. Did you hear senators raising any concern about representative? Didn't Richard Kuhn tell you that he is a regime speaker? By that, the Senate is an extension of the executive. Yombli Kanga Lawrence there. Bwaga will want something. You're seeing it now? And you're seeing what Richard Kuhn said? No senator or representative will oppose anything from the executive from Bwaga. It finished. This thing is in full effect. That's it. It's in full effect. That's a statement. You heard it. And you heard a statement. It's in full effect. It finished. They're telling you everybody should start cooperating now. All of the dates that are highlighted, July 16, 2025. Yeah, they did here, 2025. So you can say the way back thing the man just read, January 29, 2025, February 3rd, 2025, May 28, 2025. In essence, the people telling you that they think it started, so you leave here, yeah? It finished. Why it is true that everybody got the right to assemble based on their cause or a cause. But my position is you can take care of your son, your daughter. You can team your son, your daughter. Too many options available to you. Like I said, the 100,000, Israel discussed it at length. I just thought to share those significant points in the document. Compton this morning again talked about this August 7 protest by the women against drugs. So I'm not going to go into it. My position I'm about to share with you is, if you are a lady, don't step out. Don't go there. Don't join it. Don't waste your time. It is a government program. Don't be a part of that thing. You don't need to go in the street to protest against drugs. It will not help. Drug is an age-old thing. Drug being in this country for lack of ages. This government came to power and said that Weah was the one who was drugging every child, boy, girl in this country, that Weah messed vast majority of the young people up in this country with drugs. Not realizing that most of the people were negligible. Moreover, the border, all of the ports, seaports, airports, border points are all vulnerable. This is a business. It makes no sense to get out if you are a lady. You don't allow the people to use you as surrogates. These women want to use you as surrogates. They see you as stooge or stooges, meaning people that they can use because you're not educated and they educated. The government came and said it declared war against drugs and declared it a national emergency. With that, do you need a protest again? It doesn't make sense. When a government declares war against something, it means the government is going all out against it because it has everything in place to eradicate it. Didn't President Boakai say that? Didn't most of the senators and representatives embrace it and they went to do the drug test? So why are you going to protest now? The only reason they want you to come out because it defeats the government position. It is unprecedented, and the government has no control about it. So they try to give the impression that the government must do something about it. How can you report to a person who signed up to eradicate or to minimize? It doesn't make sense. Don't attempt, don't join these women or those women who try to do that. They only try to gain some kind of relevance or allowing themselves to be used. Moreover, yesterday protest was not necessary, according to them. They were putting out all of the theories against the protest on July 17 or July 17 protests. But they want you to come out. Don't be a part of that thing called August 7 protest against drugs. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your effort. Don't allow yourselves to be used by these people. Let them go out. All of those women, if they know that it's serious, if they know that their children are affected and their children aren't affected, but they see you as the ones who are uncontrollable with your children, so you must come out. Don't attempt. Don't do that. Stay away. Make them to know that everyone has the right. The Constitution provides that every citizen has the right to come out to petition their government. Peaceful assembly. Yesterday, they were preaching war. They were preaching chaos. They were talking violence all over the place against July 17. August 17, August 7 rather, they don't want anybody to talk about it. They think it's going to be peaceful. When people assemble, people can go into their midst, so it will cause chaos. You don't join them. Let them assemble as the political women that have gotten recognition from the government, because you know the government can use people. Once you position yourself or you present yourself as a political surrogate, the government takes advantage of you. Political surrogate is that person that presents himself to be used. These women are political surrogates. That's how I can describe them. Because you know why? We know exactly how everything is being planned. The people, they didn't come to tell you about the t-shirts, about the see people that go into them, they're exchanging t-shirts. Organizing. Who are you going to present petition to? Amen. You see, when you condemn other people in the past, God can expose you in the present. What they're intending to do on August 7th is just a shamble, man. You don't go there. You don't be a part of it. You can, if your son is taking drugs, you can control your son. If your daughter is taking in drugs, you don't have to go and protest. Does not protest will stop people from taking in drugs. They're not protest. These women has a political reward in this thing. Do you need to protest? All you need to do is tell the government, oh, look, you declare war on drugs. You declare a national emergency. Why are we saying drugs unprecedented all over the country more than your predecessor? You want to do something. Conduct a full-scale investigations of your various ports, the sea ports, the airports, everywhere, because they are coming. We don't have anything here. People are not manufacturing drugs yet. They are coming from outside in. And they say, we are bringing drugs from outside. So let's assume that they took over and everything is blocked. Then why are we still having drugs of all kinds to the extent that it is unprecedented? Everywhere, young people, young girls, boys are dying, going crazy, standing on the street talking by themselves. Why? We should not have it in this government. It should be the listing. Yesterday, Pastor Luther Tappe, who is the chairman of Unity Party, the pastor was hard on George Weah. He and his people, I can remember when they went across to launch one of their campaigns or campaign trails on one of their campaign trails. They stopped at Iron Factory, and we were around there because of the traffic jam. Cars weren't going, cars weren't coming because the extended barrel was there at the time, so we were constrained. So we said to ourselves, since the traffic isn't flowing, instead of sitting in the car for long hours, let's get information. Since they say Boaga over there is people, we can just go there, watch the rally. When it ends, the traffic will be free. And we use wisdom. We went there standing up, listening to them. Luther Tappe was there. Cornelius Kra, Mo Ali, all those people were there. Boakai. Luther Tappe took to the stand. I am a living witness because I stood on the side, watching from on the road, on the side of the road, watching, listening to them. He talked about it. I never said something here that I didn't see. That's why I say it with boldness, without fear whatsoever. And they can't deny it. Luther Tappe, how we are brought the former president, drug our children. Look at the youth today. He started giving statistics, and they will cheer him on. Here we are in his government. Must we say it is President Boaga bringing drugs into the country? No. Drug being into this country before Boaga was born, before Weah was born, before Ellen was born, before any one of those leaders were born. This is an age-old thing. Government after government had suffered in coming down on drugs. People in government, out of government, the trade go different ways. People take in drugs voluntarily. Some of the children, boys and girls, the parents have no control over them. They are the parent in the home, and the parents are the children. They leave their children to do whatever they want to do. They engage or they mingle with undesirable boys and girls in society, all in the name of that they're right. And when they are drunk, or when they start to take in drug, then they put it on the government. What can they say today? What can United Party people say today? Drugs all over the place, different kinds of drugs. The children are still taking drugs. Why hasn't United Party stopped it? Because they campaigned on that. It was one of the strong messages that resonated with the electorate. And the people believe it and say, yes, we are drugging the young people. Not that the message or messages were so strong, or it was the reality. No. But because the way they presented it, that's why you see the margin between CDC and Unity Party small. They suffer to put forth their message to convince the people. When they realized that the message was not resonating well with vast majority of the people, they started to capitalize on this thing, bring out this thing, drugging the children. And some of the people now, when a woman, her children, she didn't get control over them, all of them were in drug activity. So hearing that kind of message now, she wants to be blamed, then she'll believe it too and say, yeah. That's how some of them change. Some of these people, children who are taking in drugs or gone astray from their own negligence. Some of the people who today, some of these women who coming out, they say August 7, acting like drug too strong or too much in this country. Some of them, their children in drugs, they're not government, that they don't care attitude. Let Peach Belete, the Musa Belete's son. Musa Belete is a money man, one of the money men in this country. If you do a careful survey or investigation, you will come to realize that most of the people who call themselves educated and well-to-do people, their children are drug obsessed. They in it. Walker declared drug as a national emergency. You know what it means? You know what it is, rather, when a government declares national emergency? And you know what emergency is? When a government declares something as a national emergency, meaning it is either epidemic or pandemic. And given the contagiousness of it, the government will move. So let's put it, even though it's not a contagious thing, but let's use it in that context, because vast majority of the population, young people, that demographic is being affected. Let's use it in this context that it is contagious. If something is contagious, what happens? What the government does, move with every strong mechanism, everything they will put in place to suppress it, just as COVID-19 was here. That's why national emergency, when the government declares something in national emergency, it means giving the power, or giving the force, if not handled as quickly as it can, it will take vast majority of the population. So you saw how countries were struggling with COVID-19. That's national emergency. So let's assume, or not even assuming, but the government declare drug as national emergency, meaning the government resolve to clamp down on it in every area, every place. So why is this? It is unprecedented, widespread now. Why drugs all over the place? Why it is uncontrollable? Because it was a mere political cliche given by Bouaka because he had just come to power. And this sycophants say that people show when president do something, so everybody must do it. Thanks to those people, senators and representatives, some not all, and other people who did not go to say they're doing drug tests. Yeah, we are now. You see how God can expose people? You don't waste your time. You don't go to that thing. You don't even take it serious. They're going to get good money from it. They will enjoy themselves, divide money amongst themselves, and see you as a peasant, as downtrodden women, as women who lack 5 senses, who can be used at any time, that you can't all and say, oh yeah, joy in the country, you gotta do that. Then they when they finish, they're getting in their tinted windshield vehicles, going to restaurants to eat, you're dividing money. You don't join that thing. Ain't nothing. Just as July 17 was not necessary, July 17 was going to be violent, thank God. It was not because that's the message they preached. They want it would be violent the same way. No protest in this country. Nobody will protest. You don't join them. If they want protest, let them go do their political women thing there. You don't join them. You tell your friend not to go there. Let them go. Let's also them. They are all political women. They can say that, or they can go in the group. 3, 4, 5 presidents that protest. 1 president that protest. You don't go there, yeah? You don't go there. You don't join them. So when something happens, these people, these women, they get money. They get contacts. They are educated. They have everything. When you go join them, when something happens, they will not bag you. They will get in the cars and go. When police arrest you and carry you, they're sitting down to their houses, they sit down in their living room, put their TV on, they're watching, drinking their wine and other things while you there complaining, calling media. Don't go there. Don't be a part of them. Don't stage any protest. Anybody want protest, these women there when they want protest, let them go do their own protest. Don't join them. Yesterday, July 17, they say no protest. Protest can bring violence. Protest can do this. Protest can do that. August 7. Don't go there. Don't go there. That's all I can tell you. That's how I decided to end the show. You don't join them yet. We'll remind you tomorrow. Everything will remind you until August 7. You don't go there. Yesterday, protests were not necessary. That August 7 protest necessary. I see you. Yeah. You don't go there. Let me catch any one of you down there. You say you're going to join the women. You would know. I see you. We are back tomorrow if God permits. But before then, CDC Hour is on at 6:50 with Isaka Sharif. And then at 8 o'clock, you know exactly what it is. I need not tell you. The biggest show comes on at 8. Face the Issues with Teacher Light, Anthony Atlaw, A.B. Weah. You don't want to miss it. I'm Sam Andrews. Shalom.
From the latest news to your favorite tunes, we've got your back morning, night, and afternoon. Join our family, connect with your crew. Kings FM 88.5, just for you.
Jaja, word of power, extra. Jaja,